Well guys, kind of a sad video today. I'm going to be taking down all my fish tanks. Alright, so I wasn't really planning on making this video, but I kind of decided to just to keep you guys in the loop of things on what's happening with Barry's aquarium. So you're probably asking yourself, why am I getting rid of all my fish tanks? And it's because I'm going to college and don't trust my parents to take care of my fish tanks because, you know, that'd be a death sentence. I might as well just flush them down the toilet. So I'm doing the second best option, taking them to a fish store and just giving them away basically. And I don't really think I could take all my fish tanks with me. I don't even think my dorm allows fish tanks. They don't allow pets, so I'm gonna get my emotional support fish. Don't worry, I'm still planning on keeping one tank and taking it with me to college, so don't worry, I'll still be posting content of the same tank probably over and over and over again. So if you like that kind of stuff, subscribe. But I'll discuss more on what tank that I'll keep and stuff like that. So I actually already got rid of one tank, the 5-gallon tank that had the white cloud minnows and all the bunch of the shrimp and stuff in it. So surprisingly, my brother wanted it, so I gave it to him. We'll see how long he can keep those fish alive. And if he does keep it alive longer than 3 months, I might have to go visit the tank and do an update for you guys. But with all this talking out of the way, I've been putting off taking this tank down, so let's get started. Here is one last look at the 36-gallon Bowfront aquarium. I did a full in-depth video on this tank a while back because I knew I'd be taking it down. So I'll leave a link for that in the description and a card in the upper right corner. But yeah, this tank has literally been a jungle. It's crazy how much it's grown, and like all of my tanks, I'm really sad to see this one go. First thing I'm gonna do is probably grab all of this duckweed out and just throw it away. So I'm just gonna go all throughout this tank and try and collect as much duckweed as possible. It's actually not too much and it should be pretty easy to collect. Just got done pulling most of the duckweed out of the tank and it's actually quite a bit more than I thought. And you can actually see back in the tank now. Before I took out all the duckweed, it was like pitch black back there. Now I have to deal with all of this. I think it's mainly just Alodia up here. I'm gonna try and save as much of it as I can and take it to the pet store that I'm taking all these fish to. I'm not gonna give them all the algae infested plants. Probably just gonna end up throwing those away, sadly. I guess now I can say roll the time lapse. Well, I just reached a stopping point with this tank and I got literally almost all of the plants out. The only plant that's still in here is just this big Amazon sword. I took out the majority of the wood and the rocks. So now what I'm gonna do is scoop up all of this gravel, put it in this bucket, and then I don't know what I'll do with it. Probably just dump it outside. So that's gonna be the worst part because it's gonna take the longest. And this gravel, since it's just full of fish poop, detritus, and whatever the heck's living in there, it is gonna smell disgusting when I pull all of it out. So I'll just keep going, I guess.
A few minutes later.
So I just got the majority of the gravel out, and the reason I stopped was because I accidentally sucked up 2 coolie loaches, and I didn't realize I sucked both of them up until I was dumping them down the toilet. So both of them ended up in the toilet, and I managed to save them, thankfully, but I had to stick my hand like in the actual toilet hole part. I had to stick it in and like fish them out for about 30 minutes, so that was fun. But now I'm gonna start catching some of the smaller fish and I'll move them to my holding tank, which I've had set up for a while. I'll show you guys that once I start catching all these fish. So here's all the fish that I got. I don't even know how many or what kinds I got, but that's the majority of the small fish. Here's the holding tank that I'll be putting the fish in. This tank's been set up since I took down the 5-gallon Marineland aquarium, and I just put all the fish that were in there in here. You can see there's just a bunch of white cloud minnows. There's the Siamese algae eater, and the coolie loaches that I got out of the toilet are somewhere back there in all the moss. But here are the fish that I just pulled out of the big 36-gallon aquarium. Hopefully I can dump them in here, and in they go. Before I continue cleaning this disgusting tank, I thought I'd just show you guys the saltwater tank. Sadly, I'm taking this tank down as well. I know it's a lot of your guys' favorite tank and you're gonna be pretty disappointed, but here it is. As you can see, it looks pretty disgusting. Bunch of algae everywhere, and a lot of the rock structure is gone, and all of the coral is gone too. As you can probably tell, this is why I haven't been posting any videos on the saltwater tank. The fish are still in there. There's the orchid dotty back. The shrimp is up there. The clownfish is back there. You can kind of see his reflection. You might notice that one of my clownfish is missing, the black and orange one named Scott. I'll kind of address that in my upcoming video. I started taking this tank down around the time that I started to take down the 5-gallon Marineland aquarium. And you're probably wondering what happened to all the rock structure and coral in the tank. And again, I'll address that in my upcoming video. And for catching all of the fish and stuff, I'll just start off with this tank and move over to the 5-gallon holding tank with the rest of the fish. Finally got all of them out. You can see the orchid dotty back right there, clownfish, there's the shrimp, bob the sea urchin, and a hermit crab. Now that I got all the saltwater fish bagged up, it's time to start bagging up all of these fish in this tank. I went ahead and moved the rest of the fish from the 36-gallon over into the 5-gallon tank, so it is officially very overstocked, but I'm gonna go ahead and bag up all these rainbow fish and the danio and get them ready to take to the pet store. So here are all the fish that I caught and some of the plants. In here just have some java fern and a bunch of dwarf sage. We've got an Amazon sword, some jungle val, and a bunch of elodia in this one. Over here is the marine box. In here's got the orchid dotty back, clownfish, shrimp, and urchin. And in this box right here have all the bigger fish like the turquoise rainbows, danios. In here are like the coolie loaches, Siamese algae eaters, and auto catfish, and then in here just have some white cloud minnows and danios. Now I just gotta load all these up. Well, there you have it, Idaho's best fish store, and I guess this is the last time I'm gonna see them, so goodbye fishies. Hey guys, it's Barry. Hey everyone, it's Barry. Hey everyone, it's Barry. Hey everyone, my name is Barry Fisher, and this is Barry's Aquarium. Well guys, that's it. All my tanks are officially gone, except for that one. I'm not really sure what I'll do with it. Might take it, might leave it. Might trust my parents to take care of it. Probably not, but maybe. But you guys are probably wondering what tank I'll actually take to college, and you're gonna have to wait till next video, so see you then.